bottle. Evan sat on the edge of his couch, the tattered fabric digging into his palms. The apartment smelled of stale beer and old takeout, and the dim light from a cracked lamp made everything look as tired as he felt. The whiskey bottle in his hand was empty again, and he had no idea where the money for the next one would come from. His phone buzzed on the coffee table, but the screen only showed, "Missed call," beneath Maya's name. He reached for it with shaking hands, dialing her number for the third time that morning. The voicemail picked up. "Hi, Maya, it's me again. Please, just let me talk to Lila. I know I've messed up, but..." He stopped, closing his eyes as the lump in his throat threatened to choke him. "Just tell her I love her, okay?" He hung up and threw the phone aside. 2 years had passed since Maya left, taking Lila with her. She had been clear. "I can't raise our daughter while raising you, too." Her words were sharp but true, and they cut deeper than any knife. Evan's phone buzzed again, this time with a text. "Greater than, Lila's 8th birthday party is Saturday. She wants you there. If you show up drunk, don't bother coming." He stared at the screen, her warning reverberating in his mind. Dash dash dash. The sound of chairs scraping on a linoleum floor greeted him as he stepped into the church basement. A coffee pot hissed in the corner, and folding chairs formed a loose circle. It was Evan's first Alcoholics Anonymous meeting, and he wanted to bolt. "New guy," a voice asked. Evan turned to see a man in his 60s with a kind smile and tired eyes. "I'm Rob," the man said, extending his hand. Evan hesitated, then shook it. "Evan." They sat together, and Evan listened as people shared their stories of jobs lost, families torn apart, and small victories earned one day at a time. When it was his turn to speak, his voice wavered. My name's Evan, and I'm an alcoholic." The words felt foreign, heavy. "I've lost everything because of it. My wife, my kid. I want to be better, but I don't know if I can." Rob clapped him on the shoulder after the meeting. "The fact that you're here means you want to try. That's the first step." Dash dash dash. Saturday came too quickly. Evan hadn't touched a drink in 5 days, but the cravings clawed at him. As he walked to the bus stop, he passed the bar where he used to spend his nights. The neon sign blinked, open, like it was calling his name. He stopped. His feet felt glued to the pavement. Just one drink, just to take the edge off. But then he thought of Lila. Her curly hair, her big brown eyes, the way she used to call him Daddy, before she stopped speaking to him altogether. With a deep breath, he forced himself to keep walking. Dash dash dash. The birthday party was at Maya's parents' house. When Evan arrived, he could feel the judgment in the air. Maya's mother frowned as he stepped onto the porch, and Maya herself crossed her arms, her expression unreadable. But then Lila came running. "Daddy," she cried, throwing her arms around his waist. Evan froze, his breath catching in his throat. He knelt down to her level, blinking back tears. "Hey, kiddo. I missed you," she said, her voice muffled against his jacket. "I missed you too," he whispered, holding her close. The rest of the party was awkward. He stayed sober, even when someone offered him a drink. Maya kept her distance but watched him carefully, as if waiting for him to mess up. As the party wound down, Lila handed him a drawing she had made, a picture of the two of them holding hands. "You can keep it," she said. "Thank you, sweetheart," he said, his voice thick. Dash dash dash. That night, Evan sat in another AA meeting. He held Lila's drawing in his lap as he spoke. "My daughter hugged me today," he said. "For the first time in years. I didn't think I deserved it, but it made me want to keep trying. For her." Rob nodded from across the room, a small smile on his face. Evan left the meeting feeling lighter. He wasn't fixed, not by a long shot, but for the first time in years, he had hope. And sometimes, hope was enough to keep going.